guys, welcome to the club Fears 40. In this series, we are discussing various aspects of the middle age dilemma and midlife career crisis. How one can better prepare to handle this crucial time of middle age. We are going to unpeel the onion layer by layer as how one can observe self and identify some symptoms and step by step systematic to handle this crucial time of middle age with full of preparation and list of stress. So get your drink, pick up some coffee, buckle up your seat belt to get ready on this drive to get this journey with us. Got it? Last club, we discussed a little bit on preliminary research and symptoms as how you start feeling crisis in your profession. Today, we are going to talk a bit on the changing world of careers as how the whole world of career is changing. In last club, before I wind up, I asked you some questions to evaluate yourself. Could you able to check it? Did you dare to check it? In other words, could you answer those 5 questions for yourself? I trust you must have done this because everybody is excited to know what he feels about his career. And did you find any answer yes for first 3 questions? Or did you find any answer no to the second 2 questions, last 2 questions? Could you introspect if you are not done yet? This is time to do self-evaluation, self-check, get deeper and introspect. Where do we stand? Do we some symptoms? Is there something coming up? Get the anxiety low, get excited and get through it. While I put this menu card to you, at the same time, we got a bigger survey done on this whole questionnaire. We put up this questionnaire to the bigger audience. We referred this questionnaire to the variety of professionals who are in their mid path of the career. And these professionals are a mix of various industries, professionals, and different stages of their career progression. And the results were not very surprising. We are all together in this journey. If you have felt it, others have also felt it. But just to state that age high age, 97% of the professionals confirmed as one of the answer in first 3 questions is yes. And 57% of the responded confirmed answer is no to the last 2 questions. And that means we are together in this journey. We are all facing some way or other this crisis in our life. This middle age is very crucial. And that's why if you have not yet done check, do the self-check. I have put the questionnaires in last club. Just go through, answer it yourself, find where do you stand. This shows also that later or sooner most of us professionals will need support or to get through this middle age and not to derail our career. This is one of the important aspect of this research. Have you ever heard from your parents or grandparents especially mentioning in some of the discussion as in our generation this used to happen like this, or like हमारे जमाने में तो ऐसे हुआ करता था. This constant that every generation is different than previous generation, and every generation will have its own challenges which needs to be dealt differently. A recent study also presents that even 2 centuries back, 200 years back, old generation used to blame new generation for the changes in society or modernization and so on and so forth. It continues even today. You can see, feel yourself. Our previous generation's career life was like a big tunnel. They used to finish their education, complete their basic groundwork and education and training, and then get into a job. It was like a big tunnel. Their career was like a big tunnel. Completing education, getting into job, be there for 35, 40 years, get retired after that job. So entering into tunnel, passing the whole tunnel after 35, 40 years. In this current generation, which is my generation at 40s, the life is little bit different. We get through multiple career stances of 5 to 10 years. We don't have a big career of 40 years, which means we have multiple career stances or multiple jobs to do or multiple corporates we serve in one big career path. We get through multiple small tunnels of 5 to 10 years and get through the career and finally retire. So there are multiple tunnels which you pass through and complete your career. But going forward, the world of career is going to be completely different. It will be like one must need to think of multiple career at same time. You may be doing full-time job for some time and then multiple tasks to earn and continue your career. The career of next generation is going to be completely different. It will be like a maze in Harry Potter movie that every morning you get up, sit on the magic wand and find the solution of the problem every day. The gig economy is on next door, where every day one need to find as where is the work and match the capability and get the work done and get paid for it. That's what will be necessary. One need to find every day what makes sense for him to work and where. One must be ready for new job every day, whether in the same organization or in other organization, but there will be something new to do. The constant is changing. The change will be the only constant as we move forward in our career world. The future job market is going to be more challenging and uncertain. The millennials of next generation or the coming generation, Generation Z, is going to stick to various options. They are not going to stick to any one organization for a longer period. They will be changing jobs very frequently. It's like hopping from one to another to another to another organization. It's just like hopping every day. At the same time, the corporates will also be looking at flexible model of employment so that they can adjust the capacity as per the economic, market, and business development. So there will be more and more contractual work. This means there are going to be more and more flexible contractual employment and less loyalty based long term employment. The concept of staying long tenure with organization and considered as loyal is gone already. It's past. You can't claim employment based on your years of employment in the organization that I'm here for last 30, 40 years. I should be here. No more. It's history. Long stay beyond a tenure will be considered as burden if you are not able to take over additional activities and increase value to the organization, which will also be limitations because everybody cannot take over more and more activities. If somebody is taking more and more activities and capable to do it, somebody else will become surplus, and that means somewhere is going to create crisis. If the employees stay longer, the average cost of employee will rise with escalations and it will be burden if not compensated with additional value addition because you have every year price hike You get increment, you get escalation, but business is business. You need to maintain profits. That means you need to take additional jobs, tasks, and add value in multiples. And then only it will be viable for the organization. Unlike in past where you enter to career at 30 and get retired 60, leave happily after forever with your pension fund and retirement fund. This is going to be different. The average life of human being is increasing, and if we are going to live longer, we need to earn longer. We cannot survive with one job and retiring at 60, because we need to take care of our bills and medicals for a longer time if we are going to live longer. However, it will be very difficult to find employment after attaining the age 40s and 50. Until and unless you are on the top few in the pyramid, you have to be at the top. Then only you will be able to survive. The future is where we need to get into your second career after your first career, and third after second, and fourth after third, and so on and so forth. Be ready for next. It can be multiple kind of tasks, which maybe few of them will be free for society and few of them will be paid, and this mix of things will keep us surviving. So to summarize, what does it mean to all of us who have entered in the career 10 to 15 years back and have 15 to 20 years to go, which are in somewhere in midway of the career? This means mid-career crisis is something reality, not the myth to bust, but it's a reality to be faced by all of us. It means mid-career crisis is going to hit us faster, and going to hit us multiple times during our career. The only way to get through is get prepared for it. Proactively prepare for this so that you don't get into stress or dilemma or getting bogged down with the situation. But we are better prepared, better planned, and face it with dignity as it comes. So, guys, by any chance, because of any reason, if you have missed these questions, I would strongly recommend and suggest you to go through these questions and answer for your own self to do a fair and thorough introspection. Cheers. Friends, during this whole series and each video, if you find that there is any specific question which is bothering you about this whole topic of career and stress, we will request you to put your question in comments below, and we will get you to some answer of that question to our research, or we will bring some specialist view for you. So do not forget to enter your question in the comment box. Cheers. So what does it mean to all of us in mid-career? We will keep discussing this more and more in our next club. There is much more to unpeel, and we will be doing this layer by layer. If you like the content and value, please do not forget to hit like button and do subscribe to our channel. We will be keep adding value to you. See you in the next club, all of you. Have a nice time. See you there.